Welcome back to another episode of the Bowling Night Podcast, dude. I'm fucking excited to be here. We got Colby, my special guest, Colby. He's new to podcasting, but he's here. I'm just kidding.
I'm here, and now that you won, I'm a guest.
Oh yeah. Now that I'm top dog, dude. Fucking, I get the higher
now
chair.
That we've got a real podcast.
Make me
here.
look fucking bigger, dude.
Yeah, then fuck you. You planned that.
I look like a giant compared to you.
Ah, shit,
dude. Real talk though, that chair is way more comfortable, so I would gladly take it. What Colby is referencing, and I don't know how much I'm supposed to talk about it, so I haven't really talked about it too much, because I want to just start, I want to post the video that I made, because everybody that I've shown, they're like, what the fuck?
I've shown a lot of people that video.
Have you?
Everyone loves it. That is, I've watched it at least five or six times.
Thank you, sir. I am very, very excited. But yeah, Colby is referencing. I talked about it at the very end of one of our podcasts 2-3 weeks ago. Honestly, it was months ago when I had first submitted it. And that was just me telling you what I sent them in the email.
Seen you for
yeah, it's been a while.
I mean, technically on the podcast, we've seen each other.
Yeah.
I think one's been posted, but I haven't seen you in a minute.
It's been a while. No, yeah, honestly, when was the last time I saw you? It was a while back now, but I've been... Oh my goodness, dude. I started drinking a beer the second the podcast starts. And
I know, you were like, all right, we ready? I was like, yep. And as soon as we started, I was like,
fuck,
I got a
dude.
beer. I got a burp stuck.
Damn it, dude.
I was trying to get it out. I was like, shit.
I've been actively trying to make sure I don't burp for Sean H.
Really?
Just trying to avoid it, because
no more,
Sean.
You.
Sean, we're big real podcasters now, dude. I get to go on Are You Garbage, dude. I'm done burping for you. I'm done with your $4.
Fuck your $4. I get no money now.
Dude, he unsubscribed and then subscribed to the $2 tier because it was such a while since I posted. I can't blame the guy.
I can't blame him at all. That was crazy that he resubscribed though.
Yeah, well,
he's like, it's not.
He didn't unsubscribe. He just changed his membership donation.
He's like, $4 is too much for nothing a month. I'll give you guys $2 for nothing.
For nothing. No, dude, I've actually been trying to be pretty active. I'm kind of out of clips though. That's why I was excited to film this one, because I've been trying to post a clip a day, and getting the views back up, because we were just talking about the Are You Garbage thing, but we need some shit for after that, so people are like, dude, I can binge watch their shit for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, not like, oh, cool, I gotta go check their shit out, and they can watch it all in a day.
Yeah,
it's fuck.
I watched all of their content in about 4 hours.
Yeah. We gotta get busy.
No, dude, we actually have, we have 15 new episodes, and if you're subscribed to the Patreon, you can find all of the old episodes too, which is stuff we're trying to hide. But
that's the shit we really don't want people to see.
You should be paying us more than $4 for that. I changed my shirt. Yes, good job. I specifically was like, make sure you change your work shirt and your work hat so nobody can fucking dox you and get you fired.
That's smart.
But yeah, no. So I won the Are You Garbage thing. I got my email. They were like, congratulations. We're going to choose some days, and get back to you. So I'm still waiting back on the follow-up email of okay, these are the days we want you to come out or whatever. And I'm so excited, dude. I'm going to, you were talking about it, dude. I've been thinking of a list of shit I can talk about, and I don't know. By the time that I'm on their episode and it gets out, they'll miss this for a while, But I've been trying to think of good stories, being potty trained outside, because I think I've told you that before, but when I was younger, it was just oh, you got to pee? Go pee on a tree, and so we would do that or whatever. And then that came back to bite me in my ass when I went to preschool. And have I told you that story?
I think so.
Out at I don't want to keep telling you old stories, but fucking went out on recess one day and I just pulled it out and started peeing on a tree, and all of these girls were like, ah, they're
yeah,
and then the teacher is like, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm not wasting recess time, because she was like, well, you got to come and talk to us. We'll take you inside. I'm like, fuck that, dude.
That's 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's 2 games of tag.
There's a tree right here. So there's that. Bringing KFC to family potlucks. I think that might be an Are You Garbage activity right
That's for sure. Are you
there. Because we were always late. So, like, on the way down, we would stop at KFC and just get the bucket, and take it down to the family potluck. And the thing is like, and me and my cousin Cole, we were talking about it because he saw the video too, and he's like, dude, what the fuck? But yeah, so Are You Garbage did this contest on their Patreon. So if you only watch them on YouTube, you probably haven't seen it, but they were trying to find their most garbage listener. I emailed them like a paragraph, and we talked about that on an old episode. Colby was like, dude, you are insane. Because I sent them, like, they were like, send us a paragraph. I sent them a book and a half, which is insane behavior. And then on top of that, I sent them a 3-minute long video of me just walking around the property riffing on shit. And then they like put me up to like the top 15. And then it was everybody had to vote. Well, this is another garbage activity, but I copied their link and I sent it to everybody, dude. I was like, you got to vote for me, dude. This is the most important thing I've ever done in my life, And
I don't think this will get out to them, but I definitely voted on multiple emails.
Yes, dude. Thank you. That's what we needed. So then that got me to the top 10. And then it was like, okay, you need to submit a 60-second video. So I sent in the most insane video I have ever made. And fuck it, let's roll it, dude. We'll make this a clip. This is the video I submitted right here. Boom. I'm Compound Jason, and welcome to my swamp. I can't fit all of the reasons I should be on Are You Garbage in 60 seconds, but this is one of them. Above ground swimming pool, in-ground trampoline.
Those good donkeys.
What, you want some? I used to show mini horses till that one kicked me in the nuts in the middle of a show. I got a pig that lives in the house.
Oh, good boy. Oh, good boy. Oh, he's good boy. Oh, he's good boy.
2014 Pig Scramble Champion. The only reason I've made it this far is because of the militia of garbage that I would like to call my family. They're the best I could have ever asked for. My little sister's filming this whole video. My little brother is the only one that made it off the compound. He goes by Dillbilly. I'm Compound Jason, and I approve this message. No matter what, I really appreciate the opportunity, but I know if I get elected to be on Are You Garbage, I will not disappoint.
Okay, that fucking video and the comments, like I read every comment under that post because 3/4 of them were for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love how everyone is loving Jason. Like, this is so amazing.
Dude, narcissist Jason over here I read every comment.
I have them framed each one on my wall.
I was printing them out, dude. I was just sitting there stroking myself to those comments. just
on the ceiling above your bed.
Did you? Yeah. You sent me one of the guys that was like, "Is he single?"
yeah. I was like, Abby, you got competition.
Multiple dudes in the comment. I was like, I'm glad that's what I'm getting. No ladies that are like, oh my god, which doesn't matter because I'm getting married in less than 30 days to this amazing lady that's standing on.
Feel good about themselves.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, babes. But yeah, I was like laughing so hard. There's like multiple dudes on there. Like,
I didn't notice they were dudes.
Oh, I did. I was like, who are you? Can I DM on YouTube?
You're like, if I just flirt with them enough but never meet with them, I can probably get a subscriber and probably not lose my fiance. There's a fine line, though.
No, dude, it was just funny because, yeah, I was definitely sitting there stroking myself to the comments as well. I was like, dude, somebody likes me.
Well, and when I saw Alyssa's comment, like everyone was like, it's between Jason and Alyssa. It's between Jason and Alyssa. I think that was her name.
Yeah.
Then she commented, it's Jason for sure, like, or something like that. Like, that video was insane. And I was like, oh, like, it's done. It's done. This runner-up is saying, or like, one of the top 3 that everyone's saying is saying that the other person's winning. That person's got to win.
Dude, if it, like, I appreciated that a lot, and I appreciated everybody that was like, that was good, because I found out, like, they had emailed me on, like, Monday, and they were like, by Friday, you need a 60-second video. Well, I was out here in my office, and I, like, I was on my email, you know, and it was Thursday night, and I saw it, and I was like, dude, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, what's my video gonna be? And so all day at work, I was just like pitching like I was in the work van, just driving around, and I'm like on the phone with her. I think she was off work that day or something, and so I'm like driving around, and I was just on the phone with her. I was like, what do you think about this? She's giving me ideas. She fucking really helped out a lot with it, and then on the way home, I stopped. I bought the pool floaty. I called Jenna. I was like, are you going to be home? You need to record all of this shit. Because Abby was like telling me like drone shot on the swamp in the pool floaty would be so good. Well, the drone's broken, so we didn't get the drone out. But, you know, there was like, and then I was like telling her like, you know, we brainstormed it all. And I was like, dude, this is going to be like so funny. And when I was filming it, it was ridiculous because I'm just like walking around like the house with Jenna, my little sister, who already thinks I'm a loser, you know? Like she had...
I know. I remember the one time she like really gave it to you and you told me about that and I was like, oh my God.
Dude, that's still one of my favorite stories. And if I think I've said it on a podcast, but she was like just ripping me apart. She's like, you don't even work. You live here rent free, you know? And like, this is like when I was kind of a piece of shit. So she was spot on. That's the thing. The truth hurts, dude. You know? And
I was angry because it was right.
dude, she's just like laying into me. And it's like, what are you going to do? You can't punch your little sister. I could fight all of my brothers. And I was just standing there, just taking it. And I had this full glass of Diet Pepsi. And she's just like, bah, 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 bah. You fucking don't do anything. And my mom's standing right there. And I was just like this. I just had this cup of Diet Pepsi and I just went, and just threw it on her like a cat, dude. Girls freak out like cats, dude. Like she lost it. She's like, ah! I mean, just
that would be an amazing video to see.
I know.
Just you just getting it and you're like, you fucking
it was like
wait.
you with that cop today. Like I was just shaking. Like the glass of Diet Pepsi was just like, one more thing. And I forget what it was that sent me over the edge, and I was just like,
there's something like really, truly amazing about throwing a drink on somebody. It is so fun.
I've never done it.
I've done
Until
it a few
then.
times.
I really?
Always, yeah. Never. I don't think I ever like meant it like you did. I don't think it was ever like that. But like, I just like throwing drinks at people.
Yeah, just throwing
like usually water. It's funny.
Water is funny. Water is funny because you like dry out. Diet Pepsi, you're sticky.
Yeah, you're sticky. And it's summer. Well, I guess this was
It's
a long time ago.
Yeah, this was like 3-4 years ago. Like, but yeah, dude. So I do really appreciate everybody that was like, Compound Jason for the win. There was one person, and fuck this person. They were like, this contest isn't how hillbilly are you? And then somebody, there's like 3 or 4 people that responded to it. Like, no, it kind of is. Like, white trash hillbillies, like, show everybody the way of garbage. And then,
Yeah.
and then it carries and trickles on down from there. What did you say?
They are the Messiah.
They are the Messiah. Yeah. But, dude, it was so funny.
They're the forefathers.
Yeah, forefathers of trash, exactly. It was funny because, so, I don't know, man. We've got so much to talk about. I'm so excited because we actually have, like, so much good shit that we can talk about. But the way I found out, so, okay, we went to ORP, right? Oregon Raceway Park for Michael because he was drifting. He brought his car out. It was finally built. We were all excited. We go out there. We're having fun out at the racetrack. Right? just shit talk
just
Michael.
Fuck with
I don't even think
Michael.
Michael watches the podcast because he's a bad fucking
which
friend.
is why I'm fucking shitting on him.
I drove 3 fucking hours to watch you do 3 laps. No, he did more than that, but he did. Don't shake your head. He did it. I did at least
5.5.
I did at least 4 laps with him, and that was his first event back on the track, and he definitely took a lot of people out, but there was a lot of problems.
He took a lot of people out?
Yeah. No, dude, he like definitely he was definitely having a lot of problems with the car because it's a project car, you know, and like he's like, okay, it's running now, it works, and it's like, well, yeah, it works in your garage, but like actually trying to beat on it, you know, you're obviously going to run into a lot of extra problems. But we went out there, for Michael. We drove like 3 fucking hours to Grass Valley on the hottest days this summer. It was like 102.
Yeah.
Right before we leave to fill up, like right before we leave, I mean the night before, I guess, I recharged the AC, you know, in the Subaru Forester. Like, come on, buddy, we need good AC because my AC is kind of iffy. We start driving. We make it about 40 minutes into the drive. AC's not working whatsoever. And it's like 102.
And just the closer you get, the hotter it's getting.
Yeah, because you're going Eastern Oregon. And so we're in Grass Valley. Nobody fucking lives there, dude. The night before, dude, we got the rodeo to talk about. We got so much shit to talk about.
I didn't get to go to that. All right, go on.
You didn't go at all?
Nah.
Oh, dude,
Fucking
you missed
kids.
out. Yeah, you're a dad now.
Fucking kids.
We were at the rodeo the night before and we're like hanging out, and my cousin and his friend, they were up from Texas, you know, and they're still up, and they're visiting or whatever. We're right in front of them, and I like turn around because he's like, "You want to go fishing with us tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh fuck, dude, I'm sorry." Fuck you, Sean. I know you're rewatching that clip, dude. We're sitting right in front. I shouldn't say his name. He's weird about that. He's not cool with the internet.
You put my name on the internet.
We're sitting in front of him, and
Let's have more squirrels.
that's another story. He didn't actually stab squirrels. This was a crazy dream I had last night. I walked around this corner right here in my dream, and these 2 fucking girls walk up, and they're like, "Give us your money," like just from around the shop. And we live in the boonies, you know, like BFE, dude. And I like fucking, I pull out my knife and I like stabbed them, you know. And then I'm beating the shit out of these girls. You know,
After you stab them, you stab them. They're on the ground bleeding out, gurgling. You're just beating them.
It's a utility knife, so it's like, you know, I'm like slicing. It's not really a stab, and I love that somebody now can take that clip of I'm stabbing these girls in my dream. In my dream.
Because that's what I want to do in life. So that's what I dream about.
You know, they say your dreams are your true goals.
Manifestation.
Dude, it was like such an insane dream. This was last night at Dylan's house. And we dude, I don't need to be telling this story on the podcast. I was having a good conversation, but yeah, I kill these girls. I unalive them for the algorithm. and then I'm like, "Dad, call the cops," because we have a Ring camera right there. They started attacking me. They had knives too. I should have said that from the jump.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Call the cops." He's like, "We're not calling the cops yet. We're calling our lawyer." Not the way to do this. Call the cops. We call the cops. We're waiting for the cops. My cousin was also in the dream. Dude, I feel bad because we're gonna bleep his name out. And he was in the military and shit. I don't know what he did, you know? He's like, "It's not that bad to kill something." And we're down by these squirrels, and he just starts grabbing them, and he's just he's just grabbing them one at a time. He's not like that either. He's the most mellow dude. He's honestly, probably the best family member out of anybody. The most mellow, dude, the best guy.
Start snapping squirrel's neck. Make you feel better? Yeah. No. There's pigs, horses, goats. What do you want me to do next? I gotta up it?
He's just grabbing squirrels. He's like,
animals.
"Feel better?" Grabs another one. Any better now? It was so fucked up. It was the craziest dream I've had in a while. Okay.
You're not smoking?
Not smoking. I haven't smoked. Dude, that was going to be one of my bits. I fucked up. That might be it for the next one. I'm going to pass a drug test on camera.
How much of it's going to be on camera?
All of it. Okay. That's going on the Patreon.
Just tiny little blur.
Speaking of that, I did email Patreon. So I had originally set our Patreon for NFSW. What's the acronym?
Not safe for work.
Not safe for work. So
NSFW.
NSFW. Okay, I said it right. I had set it for that because we swear. Well, then it made it so unless you have the link, you can't find the Patreon. You can't just type in Bowling Night Podcast. And I've been telling myself that's the reason we don't have Patreon subscribers. I emailed Patreon. I was like, look, I was under the impression that I had to do that if I swear, but I realized that it's just for nudity or porn or whatever. That's not us. You can check it out. Could we get that changed? They changed it. So
now we're going to get subscribers.
Yeah, go subscribe to the Patreon. Okay, back to ORP. Okay. So we drive like 3 fucking hours over to Grass Valley. AC's not working. We get out there, we go and hang out with Michael. It's hot as fuck, but it was fun, you know. My cousin and his friend, they've never been to like a drift event. My cousin's like a big gearhead, you know, so like he's into cars, you know, and he's like kind of geeking out a little bit. Like he's like, dude, that truck is so fucking cool. There was this little like Toyota that they had 2J swapped, so it was like fast as hell, and he was doing like really good. And so we went and found him. We like talked to him, you know, and like because all of those guys are cool. You remember going out to park, you know, if you just talk to him for like 15 minutes, you can usually be like, so, like, are you going back out, you know? And he's like, yeah, hop in, you know? So we sat with him, you know? And
if you ask them a couple questions about their car, they're like, oh, yeah, I'll give you a ride.
Yeah.
You like my car? Oh, yeah. Boing, you can hop in.
It's the same deal. It's like, you like me? So, yeah, we did that. We end up, you know, it's pretty hot. We're like, let's go fishing. Because we saw him at the rodeo. He's like, do you want to go fishing with us tomorrow? And I'm like, nah, we're going out to Grass Valley. He's like, where's that? I show him on the map, and he's like, oh, that's cool. What are you doing out there? And I was like, oh, we're going to this drift event. And he's like, can we come? Like, because they're here from Texas, so they have nothing going on, you know, like they're not working, you know. And so him and his friend end up coming, and they were like, oh yeah, like we want to go fishing. So we ended up going fishing down on like the Deschutes River to like this spot. Dude, there was literally nobody there. As we're driving down there, though, it's 107 degrees, dude. There's not a tree in sight.
I was going to say, you're getting closer to Eastern Oregon. It's getting hotter, and there's no shade.
Yeah,
there's no shade. No shade. You
saw one
lay
tree
under a shrub. A quarter of your body will get shade.
It was crazy because there was literally out in the middle of a field. And I mean, mind you, there's not a tree in sight. There's literally just one tree. We're like, how the fuck did they get the one tree to grow right there?
Was that like Little House on the Prairie or something where there's just that one tree they go play out by? I think that's the movie. I don't know.
I think you're right. It used to be a TV show too.
I might be thinking of the show.
It doesn't matter. Either way, we get down to the river. We're fishing there all night long, you know, like, dude, this is so much fun. And down by the river, there is actual shade, you know, because there's water, so the trees and shit can grow. So, like, we found some shade, you know, we're just drinking beers, hanging out, fishing. Me and Abby, we were committing a federal crime, I believe, because we didn't have fishing license at the time. Her name is...
Catch anything?
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't catch nothing. We're not
We
big.
didn't commit anything.
Yeah. I definitely...
We didn't even have fishing poles.
True. We were using somebody else's. Either way.
It's still technically illegal.
Her address is this. She lives here.
Full name is Abby.
Yeah, exactly. So we're hanging out down there, and we end up leaving at like 9 o'clock, you know, and we start driving back to the track. We're like 45 minutes away from the track. As we're driving back, I don't know why I decided to say this, but I'm like, what if they like lock the gate? All of our camping shit is set up inside, right? As we pull up, it's pitch black. There's not a single light out there. You know, me and Abby and then my cousin and his friend, they pull up behind us, you know, in their car. Gate's locked, obviously. Why would it not be? And there's like a phone number right there. And we're like, and so I start calling the phone number. Nobody's answering. I start calling the phone number again. Keep calling it. Keep calling it. Keep calling it. Finally, it must be like a landline. This lady picks it up and she's like, what? And I'm like, well, listen, we're at the gate right now. Nobody told us you guys were locking the gate. They didn't. Like when we paid $180 to fucking get in and camp there and
you gotta let people know you're gonna close the gate,
right?
The itinerary is only on Instagram and nobody said anything.
Yeah, I don't know if the camera or if the audio picked it up, but yeah, the itinerary, only place posted, Instagram, you know. Perfect place to fucking have it. No phone service out there, really. No, we had phone service. But, like, either way, it was some bullshit, right? And so we're just sitting at the gate. Well, it's like, well, we got a cooler, you know? And okay. So the lady answers. She's like, what? And I'm like, we're sitting at the gate. You know, nobody told us. Can you come and let us in? And she's like, I'll see if Bill will come and let you guys in. Bill's nowhere to fucking be found. Bill is just gone. I don't know where Bill lives. I was thinking Bill probably lives up the road, though. You know, he's going to come back. You know, it might take him a bit. There's nothing out there, you know. So it's like, you know, that's fine.
How far is the camping area from the gate?
It's like a distance.
Okay.
And the thing is I was thinking that. I was like, I could just take the gate off the hinges. You know what I mean? And just like drive through this side of the gate. It's locked in the middle, but it's a double gate, you know? So it's like, I think we could probably just lift the gate off, open it this way, drive in. I'm calling Michael. He finally answers. Because that's the thing, is they were all on this party bus thing. If you had the VIP pass, which they give you like one wristband or whatever per. And so the thing is like only Abby had a wristband and only my cousin had a wristband. But like, you know, me and his friend, they both didn't have wristbands. So it's like, well, we're not going to go to the bar and we didn't need to anyway. You know, we're having fun fishing. They took them down into town. There's like one bar, like fucking 45 to an hour away, you know? And the deal is they would take you down to the bar and they'd bring you back when the bar closes. Okay, so we're sitting at the gate and the lady's like, but if Bill won't come, you know, the party bus will be there at 11. It's like 9 o'clock, you know, and so we have a cooler. That's pretty much all we have, you know, filled with beer.
You got beers.
Exactly. So we start getting trashed outside of this gate. Abby did not. Abby was pissed. Abby was steaming mad, dude.
I was going to commit a second federal crime that day. Oh, dude. Bill was going to go fucking down face first.
Bill ain't coming back from the river. No. Gone fishing, ain't coming back.
No. And so we're just like, we're drinking. And as we're sitting there, more and more people keep showing up that are like, what the fuck? The gate's locked? And so...
At least you guys aren't the only ones.
No.
It somehow makes it a little bit better.
But the main guy that wanted to talk to everybody was this guy that was clearly on... Is somebody calling me? Would you check that? Thank you, producer.
Not you.
Oh, you? Oh, I get it. She's more popular than me. That's fine. The main guy that wanted to talk was this guy that was clearly on cocaine. You know, like, in a lot of it. And he's driving this, like, fucking car or whatever. And he's like, do you guys go down to Portland? And we're like, yeah, we go down to Portland. You know, like, not that often, but we go down there. And he's like, I manage this rapper down in Portland. And we're like, oh, God, dude. And he just starts, he's like, you want to listen to it? And we're like, you know, like, but he's a huge fucking guy. Like, I mean, massive, you know?
Great. So you have to go along.
Yeah. And he just cranks this and he has like two 12-inch subwoofers in the back of his car. So he's just bumping the worst rap music you've ever heard.
It's a fucking awful song.
And mind you, she is so pissed. And so she's just sitting in the car and it's just like, and she...
Sorry, my total of federal crimes was going to be 3.
Yeah. And so I like go over to the car and she's just like, what the fuck is this guy doing? You know? And so like, I finally get him to turn off the music, you know? I'm like, because I just start like trying to talk to him and I'm like, what? You know? And he's like, turn it down. So he turns off this horrible rapper. And then he just starts going off about the Anunnaki.
Oh my God.
Which is like, fuck,
You're like, dude, I got one friend that fucking does this. Okay, I don't need to listen.
I already get this once a week in this dude's basement. I don't need to hear about the Anunnaki right now. And so we're just drinking. Finally, the party bus shows up at 11. So we've been there for like 2 hours and we're trashed. I drank all of my beers. My cousin's friend had a bottle of vodka, so we're just drinking straight off of that. No chase. I mean, just so fucking drunk. Finally, the party bus shows up. When the party bus shows up, now there's 50 people, you know, like plus in this bus. Gate's still locked. Bill's still nowhere to be found. They don't have a key. Now everybody is on Abby. What? Okay. A little bit of technical difficulties there, but we should be back in business.
Boom kapow. Konnichiwa.
Boom! Boom!
Boom! Boom! Boom! You know the boom meter?
5 out of 5 boom!
5 out of 5 booms.
No.
We'll get into that. Okay.
You know the boom meter?
I know. You can come sit over here if you want. If you want to be associated with us, you can come be on camera.
I'm marrying you.
Yeah, but listen, it's up to you. You can come pop.
Fix this first.
Okay. Yeah.
So that you guys get gifts.
Yeah. Okay. Party bus shows up. Now there's like literally, I mean, probably 50, 60 people just sitting at the gate. And they are all pissed that they cannot get inside. Finally, Bill shows up about 15, 20 minutes after the party bus. So mind you, this lady was like, I'll see if I can get Bill to come down. That was 2.5 hours ago. Bill drives up. Bill's in the fucking place. He's on that side of the gate. So it's not like he had to drive like I thought maybe Bill lived in
He
an
was there
hour.
the whole time.
He was,
Lives in it.
yeah, he lives in there. So Bill fucking drives up to the edge of the gate. Now Bill starts fumbling with the lock. Motherfucker is wearing full, like, you know, hickory? Like the striped shirt, like the country shit.
Yeah.
He's wearing a hickory shirt with blue jean overalls. He's got a spoon in his overall pocket. I don't know what he's doing with that spoon.
It's his only spoon at his house. He's eating. He carries it with him. He's one of those guys.
He gets there. He can't remember the code to his own fucking gate, Colby.
Dude, I could see how multiple people would get felonies this night.
Dude, everybody
It's
is so mad. They're like, what the fuck is going on here?
It'd be justifiable.
This
for sure.
is ridiculous. And so he's fussing with this gate. I mean, everybody's like, I got an angle grinder. No, it's fine. I got it. You know, I'll get it handled. Trying a different code, trying a different birthday. I don't know what the fuck the guy's doing.
a different birthday.
He finally fucking gets it. And so now it's like 12:30. We go back in, and of course, we go back to the camp finally. Everybody's finally there. You've drank that much. You're not going to stop drinking, you know. And so we go up to like Michael's camp. I continue to get absolutely plastered. I'm shotgunning beers with this like Formula Drift driver, and I'm like, oh, you're fast on the racetrack, but I'll fucking kill you in shotgunning beers. Dude. And
Would you like the videos?
I've got the videos. I can throw them up or something. And I'm being so fucking obnoxious. And I'm in shorts, my boots, and a polo. A coach's polo. The most ridiculous outfit you've ever seen. I have this comically large sun hat. I think it was off by these videos. And like, dude, I was so fucking drunk. Abby can attest to this. She was making fun of me the next day because she's like, I've never seen anybody walk like that. Because I have
It
a...
literally looked like we were having an earthquake, but only for him.
And to top it off, I have a case of 36 rack of Coors Banquet that's like 90% of the weight gone.
You're just carrying it.
I have it like a death grip because that's the one. I was carrying it like you carry your kid, dude. I was like, this is the one thing I cannot drop. I'm like walking fucking everywhere, dude. I plow through our tent. Immediately break the tent. Break the door off the tent. Come on. Come sit down.
I'll work on this at the same time.
Okay. And she's pissed, obviously, which is understandable. Like, I can't even blame the lady. Sweet lady, you know? I mean, everybody is like, are you actually with this fucking bozo? You know? And she's like, we've been together for 5 years. I'm not bailing now. You know? It's dedication. And I flop down into the tent. She tries to lay down in the tent with me. She's like, get in the tent, because I'm just like...
Get in the tent.
She's like, get in the tent, because I'm just like...
Get in the tent. He was trying to crawl. He was falling over crawling. He was trying to fucking crawl and and so he finally...
Dude, that's insane. Falling, crawling over. Like, Jack does that.
I saw the video today.
Yeah.
And so he finally, crawl flops into the tent, and I'm like, okay, you need to get in so we can zip it up. He's like, just close it. And I'm like, I can't. You are on the door. And he's like, and he gets his feet like 3/4 of the way in. And he's like, fine. And I'm like, like, no, not fine. You're still on the fucking tent. He got it right inside the threshold, but his feet were still stretching it out so far, we couldn't zip it up. We just couldn't zip it up. And so then I just throw him on the bed, and I get his
She
feet
just
up
manhandles.
there. Literally, I just get him, and I'm like, get up there, and then I put his feet up there, and I start to try to fucking zip it up. I don't even know what he did at that point. He put his legs out or something because he was mad I moved them, and he breaks the zipper off. He breaks the zipper off.
Okay, so that's when I break the zipper. So now the flap doesn't close. And this
Bugs are flying in.
this is literally like
There's
all
scorpions.
I don't remember.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Dude, this is
And it's 3:30 a.m.
Did I still have my boots on?
Yeah. It was 3:30 a.m., man.
No wonder you broke the zipper.
Dude, all of that, complete blackout. I don't remember any of that. That's just from her recollection. So then, I didn't throw up that night. I don't know how I didn't throw up that night. I wake up at about 5 o'clock in the morning because it's already 85 degrees and the sun had burned only my bottom half of my legs because there's no shade.
You're in the tent and you get burned.
I fell asleep 4 hours ago. So I wake up and I'm hammered still. And I like flop out of the tent. I'm like, holy fuck, I gotta pee. You know, because I didn't pee either before bed. And I run over to the car and I flop the door open. And I'm just like, pee.
It's the longest pee I've ever witnessed.
I was waiting for it to be like, and it was in the car door.
No. There might have been a little bit, but most of it was like, I was like awake and like aware, but I was like still stumbling around. And I'm just peeing and peeing and peeing. And all of a sudden I hear, "Are you done?" And I'm like, and I look over and I realize Abby is right next to me because she slept in the car. So
Because there wasn't any room, bro. I finally get
He's trying to sleep in the morning and you're just pissing. Are you fucking done?
Literally. So I finally, okay, he completely missed the best parts too, though. So, like, he's getting hammered with these people at Michael's camp, and they're fucking, oh my God, it was just ridiculous. So then he's stumbling away, and I turned back because everyone's just watching him, and I didn't realize he started walking himself home, walking himself back to the car, and so I'm sitting there
He's
talking
like, I'm
to one of
Irish
these
combined.
dudes.
I'm fucked up.
I
You're
started
like, bye, Abby.
I'm 50%, dog.
Just leave your
I'm
fiance.
talking to one of these dudes because we're talking about video games. I'm like, oh, sick, you know, another sober person right now. Because I have my gallon water jug. I'm like, I'm chilling. And everyone turns around and they're like, should you go get him? And I'm like, oh, shit. And he's fucking trying to walk down an incline with the banquet, like, 3/4 of the way empty box. And he's acting like it's his fucking, like, but he still has his one beer in his hand. And I'm like, dude, no, let me carry something. He's like, and he fucking takes his beer and he sets it on Michael's girlfriend's car, and he's like, "Oh, it's Michael's car. It's fine. It's Michael's car." And I'm like, "No, it's not, dude. It's not." So I grab it. I take the beer out of his hand. He's like, "That was my balance. What are you doing?"
My banquets.
Yeah.
My banquets.
No, your balance. That was your balance weight.
Oh, my balance.
That was your balance weight. And so I'm holding it because he can't even walk in a
fucking
straight
absurd.
line. And
This is my counterweight.
literally. And so we're walking back and I'm just like, oh my fucking God. I was ready to kill Bill. I was ready to like murder this
Fourth
dude.
fucking felony of the night.
I was ready to murder this dude that's like sponsoring this shittiest Portland rapper. I'm like, you all suck. I just wanted to fish.
I came to this drift event to fish, you
Right.
fucking assholes.
And so we're walking back to the car, and that's when it begins. That is when his earthquake begins.
You took the counterweight.
No, it's a crime. That's the 5th crime of the night.
It was apparently holding me down, dude.
And
He didn't fly off.
I'm just walking. I'm just fucking going. And he's like, why are you walking so fast? And I look back, and he's He's like fucking horizontal. And I'm like,
You're like,
what do
I'm
you
not
mean?
walking fast. You're on the ground.
You know how Michael Jackson does the lean to the side? I was probably doing that.
Dude, yeah, all he needs is 14 beers in his system, and he can do the Michael Jackson lean easy. And so then, yeah, that's when the whole tent escapade starts, and I honestly felt bad leaving him alone in the tent. Like, I got pissed, and I was like, you know what? Like, in my head, I'm like, you're fucking sleeping in here by yourself. I'm not dealing with this. I'm not gonna wake up to this, you know?
I'm not getting thrown up on in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and so
Or pissed on.
and so I get myself situated in the car.
One of those things happened.
And then, like, I'm sitting there for 10 minutes, and I'm like, there's rattlesnakes out there. There's scorpions out there. Ah, there's even mosquitoes. God damn it. So, like, I get back out to go check on him, and I'm like, it's been, like, 5-10 minutes. He'll probably be up. Be like, what's going on? Dude, I go back in, and it looks like he just killed himself. Like, with alcohol points, like choking on his own snores. And I'm like, okay. So I went back to the car, got a couple of blankets, like baby wrapped him in it, so if any bugs did get to him, they wouldn't get too far, you know?
You're lucky.
Dude, I know.
And then I got situated in the car, and then, yeah, not even for 3 hours later, 3 hours of sleep later, I fell asleep at 4:20 a.m., okay? Like, not even a good stoner's morning. I fell asleep at 4:20 a.m. The sunrise is coming up. And then this guy fucking pops the door open right at 6. Right at 6.
Dude, I'm ready to go.
And he's like, he's peeing. He's just peeing. And at like the 45-second mark, I'm like, are you done? And then he goes, oh,
Almost.
I guess it makes sense you're in here. Where did you think I was?
Dude, I had
You didn't notice she wasn't in the tent when you
I
left.
had no idea when I woke up, like, that she wasn't in the tent. And,
I
okay.
was there in spirit.
So then progressively as the day is like going on, like, cause we hung out there for a while, like that's when I got ride-alongs with Michael. I was so nauseous, and he's like, okay bro, I'll take you in my car. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to go right now.
Like, I don't want to clean the puke up out of your car.
Yeah. And so I go with him or whatever, and then we end up, like, we're finally about to leave, and Abby's like, I think I should drive, which is probably smart, because I was still, like, hammered, dude. And we start driving back, and at this point, we're driving, and I'd still done good. I was like, how did I not puke? Like, that, way more alcohol than I think I've ever, like, I mean, it was a lot. And we're leaving or whatever. We start driving home, and about, like, 10, 20 minutes into the ride, I was like, you gotta pull over, you know? And so then I'm just dry heaving in the middle of the desert. Dude, there's, like, no trees.
In the one town outside.
Yeah, yeah.
Outside of the racetrack.
I'm just in this, like, town that has, like, 120 people in it. Like, literally 120 people. And I'm like, I guess just go. Like, I can't even puke. So we drive, like, another 30 minutes. Each time, my cousin's just, like, stopping. Just, like...
He's pulling
I
over.
text him, and I'm like, hey, I think we're going to be stopping quite a bit. And he's like, okay.
And so we make it to, like, the Dalles, right?
Okay.
And at that point, I'm just, like, on my phone a little bit. And it has been, like, 3 weeks since I submitted that video to Are You Garbage? And I was like...
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
That's how this whole thing started. And I'm like... And I just feel like shit. And I, like, refresh the page. Because, you know, I'm, like, back in good phone service. And I'm like... Because it says contest update. And I'm like... Dude, this is the one. But I'm like... I feel like... I am so low this day. Because it was just... I felt like so bad, dude. And...
He ruined our second fishing trip that day by throwing up in Weimar 3 times.
No. I threw up in Weimar 5 times. And we're getting to that.
No. It was more than that.
Dude, we finally... So, like...
Give me credit.
We start listening to the podcast, you know, and I had, like, seen one of the comments, and it was like, Compound Jason or something. Compound Jason was so good, you know? And I was like, fuck, you know, I guess I lost, you know, like, and it's fine, you know? And so we're, like, listening to it, and we get to Weimar, because we were planning on buying fishing stuff for us, getting our fishing license and a pole. And so we like make it to this buy mart, and I like pause it, and I'm like, I didn't even win, dude. It is what it is, you know. And I like we go into buy mart, and we're like shopping around with my cousin and his friend, and like 10 minutes of being there, and I like just run to the bathroom. I'm like, I'm throwing up a whole bunch, and I come back out, and I'm like looking at more fishing stuff, you know, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to be here, you know. And I like I want to go fishing, but not like this, you know. And so I throw up again. Then like I'm at the fishing license guy, and he like literally finishes like making my license, and I just run to the bathroom again. I throw up again. I've been to the Buy Mart bathroom 3 times now, and there's this lady in the Dalles too. You know, there's this lady like working over by the bathroom, and so each time she keeps seeing me go in. You know,
And then just hear,
yeah. And so we finally make it up to like the check stand or whatever, and I like go up, and we're like paying. I just threw my wallet at Abby, and I like ran past her. I totally like slammed her into the wall. I run outside because the bathroom's too far away, and I start puking all over in the parking lot. Everybody's looking at me because I look like a bozo. Literally all I had was my boots and shorts. You know, so I'm like still in boots and shorts, just out in this parking lot. My hair's all fucked up. And I'm just like throwing up. I keep throwing up, dude. And finally she like makes it out. And we like start like driving back home, and I'm like, I guess we'll turn on the rest of the podcast. And finally, like, it gets to the end, and I won. And I'm like, yes. But I like couldn't even be excited, dude.
Yeah. It's
Seriously, dude, it was crazy. And like, it was like the only thing that kind of brought me back to life a little bit. I'm like, yeah, buddy, dude, I won. But it didn't even like really hit. Like, I was just like still
You're so fucked up and tired.
I thought I had like alcohol poisoning, which I probably did, but you usually have alcohol poisoning like throughout the night, not at like 2:30 p.m., you know. So like I've never been that like drunk in the afternoon, you know, and like
That's a hell of a way to find out.
Yeah.
Just like completely out of it, sick as fuck. And you're like trying to listen, you're like, oh fuck this shit, I lost. Oh boy, I'll throw up a bunch more. Put it on for fucking no reason because I lost. And you're like, I won!
And so, dude, I had to bail on fishing. Like, my cousin was looking at me after, like, the 3rd or 4th time I threw up in Buy Mart. And he's like, dude, if you guys gotta, like, just go home today, I get it. You know? But shout out to him because, yeah, I did need to just go home. And so we went home, went to bed. I got up and I went to work the next day. But it was quite the fucking ride.
Oh.
I feel bad because I feel like all I did was talk to you this whole podcast.
No, it's been good.
Okay. How long are we? So we're at 18 minutes again. So we're pretty much at like an hour for this. If you wanted, are you like in trouble yet? Like, do you need to be home? Do you want to?
What time is it? She'll be asleep.
8:39.
She's almost asleep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I want to keep going because we've got so much more shit to talk about.
I'm down.
We didn't even touch on Dylan's wedding.
Oh yeah. Those pictures were good too.
Yeah. And so, you know, we can get into that. We've got all of this shit on the Patreon. Do you want to say anything for the public episode?
I don't know. I don't think so. I had thought of a couple things.
Yeah.
While we were talking, that I was just gonna bring up about like relating to whatever.
Yeah.
But I forgot.
I'm sorry.
I did have a similar-ish night in a tent. So we're at Grace's family reunion. It's out off Highway 26, like almost to Seaside, completely like in the woods. There's like 50, 60 people there maybe. Or maybe not that much. There's a decent amount of people there. I'm hanging out with the younger people, obviously. We're drinking. We go around the other side of the house and we start smoking weed.
Yeah.
We come back to the other side and now like half the people are gone. It's this closed circle around the fire and it's like we get a vibe that like we're in trouble for something.
Yeah, probably smoking weed behind the house.
Well, we thought maybe, but they're like pretty cool with it. So we were just going over there because there was like some younger kids, but not really like that young. Mm-hmm. So that was mainly why we went over there. Not to like hide it from the older people that we were smoking. And so we come back, we feel like we're in trouble, so we stay away from the fire. And I feel like the more I'm away from a fire, I have to drink more to stay warm.
Yeah.
So I think we were all on that same page because we all had a lot to drink that night. We stayed up till like 3, and there's a lot of good stories in there that I just can't remember.
I get it.
But we go to bed. I go to bed at like 3. They stay up a little bit longer. I go to the tent that I thought was in, kind of like you.
Yeah.
I thought she was in there. So I lay down and I keep like, it's freezing because it's the coast. So it's like 85 during the day, like a little bit inland because you're not on the coast. But then it gets just as fucking freezing at night.
Yeah.
So we're in the tent. I'm fucking freezing my ass off. We only have like one blanket. And so I'm like, it's same thing, just out of it. And I'm like scooting over. I'm like, Grace, where are you? Grace, I'm cold. And I kept scooting until I scooted off the fucking air mattress and fell off the other side. And then I was like, oh, she's not in here. And I literally hit the ground. I was like, she must be inside feeding Jack. And I just like rolled back onto the air mattress. I fall asleep. I'm not really sure, but like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours later, she's trying to wake me up. This is her recalling this.
Yeah,
I'm out of it. She's trying to wake me up for maybe like 30 minutes because the tent, weather changed completely and it's raining now really hard and the tent is leaking.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention that the zipper was already kind of broken. Like it would close 3/4, but then the last quarter you'd zip it and it'd go down to the bottom, but then the zipper would open.
Yeah.
And so like if the wind blew really hard in at the tent, it just opened the zipper more. and then if you like tried to open it, that little like the flap that goes over always got caught in it. Which is not a big deal if you're on the outside. But I one time was on the inside and I was changing. Fucking middle of the day, we get out of the river. I'm like cold because I'm in my wet clothes still and it's pretty breezy. I'm in there freezing my ass off and within 2 minutes, the sun's right on the tent. I am sweating my ass off and I'm like having a hard time breathing in there because I have asthma and I'm stupid. And so I'm like, it's kind of hard. And so I go to open it and it gets stuck. So I try to go back down, it doesn't go down. I try and reach out and grab the fucking red thing and pull it out. I can't get it out. So I just grab the tent and boom, just bust it open. So now the zipper does not work at all whatsoever. And that was like the middle of the day before I got super drunk and ended up in the tent.
Yeah.
So that night, we also don't have a fucking door. We're right next to the river. There's a bunch of bugs coming in, and it doesn't close whatsoever. So when it starts raining, it's raining in the fucking door onto all of our stuff. And then it's coming through the fucking rain tarp because the tent is like 16 years old. Grace went camping in it when she was like yay tall. So now I'm fucking passed out and the water's just dripping on me. And my hair is wet. My face is wet. The pillows are wet. Everything's fucking wet. Grace wakes up.
Pillow wet. Hair
wet.
Tent
wet. Fucking dreams not so wet. So she tries to wake me up for like 30 minutes. She can't. But she doesn't want to go inside and leave me getting rained on. So she just like pulls the blanket over because it's a really thick blanket. So she pulls it over and is just like also getting rained on, but can't really feel it. Finally at like 6 a.m. So like 3 hours later, which doesn't sound long, but she was trying to get me up multiple times. Finally I wake up. She's like, it's raining. And I'm like, oh, whatever. And then one like landed in my ear and I was like, what the fuck? And I turned and opened my eye and one landed in my eye. And I was like, yeah, this is the worst. What's going on? I just don't feel good. And she's like, just get the fuck inside. So we go inside. There's nowhere to sleep because there's fucking 60 people.
Yeah.
So now it's like a little before 6, like 5:50. I want to go back to bed. It's not that bright out, but like a little bit because there's fucking trees everywhere. And I just have to sit in the living room in a fucking chair and just wait for people to wake up so I can go sleep wherever they came from. And I'm just like sitting there for so goddamn long. Never get to go back to sleep. And then the other people that I was with that went to bed after me, there's this loft, like in the living room. There's one ladder to go up. You can only look out one side. And I'm just sitting there staring at the wall, just pissed. And then I'm like, wait, there's been a shape in that, like in the corner of my eye that hasn't been there for a while. And I look up and he's still drunk from last night and he's just staring at me like, and I was like, oh, hey, fuck. And then, yeah, it was just, that was the morning. But I was like, I don't like this. I wake up getting rained on. I go inside. I can't sleep. And then I have some creepy drunk dude staring at me. I don't know what he's thinking.
Where's the alcohol, Colby? You drank it all.
More.
Yeah, and then he ends up sleeping for a while. We go out to lunch. And Grace and I leave first. We get there. And he comes stumbling in. I forget that we were supposed to drive him. So he comes stumbling in, which means he got himself there. I won't say any more names or places, but he was not okay to drive. He just shows up stumbling. I won't lay not okay to drive. Now we're in a restaurant. Oops.
You're fine.
And 4 out of the 5 people are like hungover / still drunk. So now everyone's having a nice fucking brunch / lunch at the coast. And there's us 5 idiots in there yelling, screaming, dropping plates, slamming plates together. Because like our motor skills aren't there. So we go to move a bowl, slam it into the plate. Holy shit. I spilt clam chowder fucking everywhere. There's little clams all over the ground. I was like, all right, like, we need to get the fuck.
I'm done.
Zamboni! We were yelling that a lot the night before because we were playing card games and we kept spilling shit everywhere. Yeah, very similar night in the tent where I just completely out of it and I broke the door.
See, even when we're apart, we're together. We're doing IGen-R.
The hard R.
Yeah, I use the hard R. Liquor. What's up?
Patreon.
Guest on my podcast.
You want to come be on the podcast?
No.
Why not?
Have you not seen the video of George's Siwa?
Oh no.
No.
Being guest on my podcast.
We're getting mocked. All right, we're bailing. Go watch us on the Patreon.
Sorry, it didn't work. I burped in my shirt.
It's fine. The camera literally ended right as
He's
you
not
did it
getting
too.
his $5 worth.
Maybe he'll resubscribe after this episode.
After a couple of burps.